AI. Seemingly overnight, it is everywhere you turn. You can't escape it. It's gone from something we talked about sometimes to a part of almost every conversation because it's going to affect everything. War will never be the same, neither will education or the internet. AI is being trained to do everything from call center jobs to therapy to even waiting tables. People are falling in love with it, others are rejecting it. We fear it replacing us, and yet we are also fascinated by its power. Just this evening, Trump unveiled his AI action plan, a package of initiatives and policy recommendations meant to cement the United States as a global leader in a technology that is expected to be as influential as the internet itself. The AI arms race is truly on. Tech leaders are, of course, optimistic, saying it will bring about a new industrial revolution and create millions of trade jobs for Americans. But of course, they're optimistic. They stand to gain the most from an AI boom. Some of them will become the world's first trillionaires. They're building bunkers and keeping their kids off tech while the masses turn their brains into pudding using TikTok and AI. So I'm dubious. From what I've seen, tech destroys almost every city it sets its sights on and every industry it takes over other than tech. So forgive me if I don't share the sense that tech is suddenly going to change its ways and care about humanity. That being said, I also am talking to you because of tech. So it does have its benefits, obviously. The statistics, when you look at AI, can be dizzying. College graduates are having a harder and harder time getting entry level jobs. Job listings for the kind of entry level corporate roles traditionally available to young grads have declined 15%, while the number of applications per job has surged 30%, according to data from Handshake, a career platform geared toward Gen Z workers. Anecdotally, I've hired two men who have lost their jobs to AI, men with families and kids. And that's just me. And I have a little tiny company. As I wrote in a recent column on the dead internet theory for Spectator, my husband and I often talk about the freedom we had when we were kids, how we lived an analog youth before the internet and smartphones came along, and how that world we know is gone. Even if we try to give our child a Gen X upbringing like we had, she still lives in a world of self driving cars and Siri and Ring videos. She can't sneak out. She will be monitored her whole life by a surveillance state we all opted into, as evidenced by the Coldplay couple. She is likely to be begging for a phone at age 9, maybe even sooner. It will be a battle we fight valiantly. She will hate us for our steadfast refusal to allow her brain to become occupied by algorithms, despite how all my friends have one. And besides, mom, you're always on your phone. And she won't be wrong. We aren't engaging in person anymore. Many don't even want to. Waymos are everywhere in Austin. And when I ask people who use them why they do so, the first thing they say almost every single time is, it's great. I don't have to talk to anyone. As terrified as we are of AI, we have ushered this era in. Will there be a backlash or is it too late? As the kids these days say, chat, are we cooked? Either way, there's no putting this genie back in the bottle. AI is here, and until the grid goes down, it's here to stay. I'm curious to hear from you. Are you optimistic about it? Pessimistic? This is a very wide topic that we're obviously going to come back to many, 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 many times, I'm sure, in the future of this show. Do you feel a little bit of both? Because you can feel optimistic and pessimistic about it. How did you feel about Trump's speech? You know, he said a lot of things that were somewhat unsettling to people, like talking about how we have to just loosen up copyright and IP so that we can compete with China. And I'm not sure a lot of people are going to love to hear that. As my editor at Spectator said, the government is suddenly Napster, and we are all Metallica.